Hello and welcome to the Commander's Quarters, your Magic the Gathering source that helps you command your budget. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all their support. Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Quarters studio. Welcome to the show. So with all the new Kaldheim spoilers coming out, there's a lot of buzz out there about many of these new cards. But one in particular has a lot of discussion around it, and for different reasons. Now if you haven't seen my quick take on the World Tree yet, make sure you check that out because the World Tree is a really exciting card. But before you check out that episode, and before you go any further in this one, a quick spoiler warning. Like I mentioned, the World Tree is a spoiled card from Kaldheim, so if you don't want to see any of the spoilers, don't check that episode out and don't keep watching this one, or at least skip forward a little bit because, yeah, not all of it's about Kaldheim spoilers. With all that said, let's jump into the World Tree and talk about the different kinds of conversations that are happening around this card. The World Tree is a land that enters battlefield tapped and taps for a green. As long as you control 6 or more lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. But the big part of this one is pay white, blue, black, red, green, tap, sacrifice the World Tree, search your library for any number of god cards, put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So yes, the World Tree is a game-ending, amazing card. There's only one thing missing on this card that many players and content creators are talking about, and that's that it is not legendary. That's right, the World Tree, this massive tree that connects multiple worlds, is somehow not legendary. So there are definitely multiple The World Trees out there somehow. Seth, probably known better as Saffronala from MTG Goldfish, has this to say. It seems like every other random uncommon creature is legendary these days, but the World Tree isn't. And the professor jokingly responds, it's just The World Tree, not The World Tree. So with all the confusion around this, we actually got a clarification as to why the World Tree isn't legendary. And this response came from the very tip-top at Wizards, with Mark Rosewater, the head of design, saying this. Your Vorthos need not cry, lands represent individual mana bonds and places can have many. Now, Maro's always been good at interacting with the community, and I do appreciate this clarification. And although I'm no designer and no expert at lore, I respectfully disagree. If somehow a land like the World Tree isn't legendary because of mana bonds and whatnot, then how are any of these places legendary? How are the Academy Ruins or Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, or Tolarian Academy any more legendary than the World Tree? It kind of feels like you're just picking and choosing for mechanical purposes and not really saying that. Now I know that a reasonable person should probably just accept that as the explanation and just let it go, but unlike Elsa, I'm not very good at that. And also unlike Elsa, I've got no chill. Okay, that's the last of the Frozen puns, alright? I promise. For this episode at least. And instead of maybe just sending a tweet about why I disagree and the reasons why, I may have gone just a little overboard. Because instead of that, I decided to look through every single land in Magic's history. And now I'm here to tell you in this episode, which you probably already knew because you read the title, all the lands in Magic that should be legendary, but currently aren't. Now, keep in mind that as I go through this list of lands, I want to hear from you as well. So in the comments below, let me know if you disagree on any of these lands and let me know why. And I promise I'm not going to make an episode specifically about your disagreement, unlike this episode, which is about a disagreement. I promise, okay? Also, let me know if I missed any lands as well. And without further ado, here we go. So first up, there's Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. That's right, we named this Molten Pinnacle, which I assume is like a volcano. We named it Valakut. But, there's also that other Molten Pinnacle over there that we also named Valakut, so there's multiple. But now let's take a trip to Eldraine and talk about Castle Garenbrig. When one castle just isn't enough, Garenbrig needs at least 2 or 3 or 4 probably, for a standard deck castles. And the same can be said for Castle Ardenvale. It must take them forever to build these castles. That thing's pretty intricate. Or how about Castle Vantris, which I assume if you just, zoom out just a little bit, you'll see multiple Castle Vantrises on the water, just floating above it as well. Or how about this Star Destroyer? Or actually, sorry, no, Castle Locthwain. I guess if it was Star Destroyer, then yeah, you could definitely have multiple of those. And of course, the last castle, Castle Embereth. Definitely multiple of those castles. Now, although Tolarian Academy, which I believe is Teleria East, but correct me in the comments below, is legendary, Teleria West, nah, that's nothing. Got a dozen of those Teleria Wests out there, but, just one in the East. And even though Urbor gets a tomb that is legendary, apologies Agadim, your crypt just isn't noteworthy enough. Yeah, we'll give you a second card, Agadim the Undercrypt, okay? But it's not legendary either, alright? How about another twofer with a Maria the Sky Ruin and a Maria Shattered Skyclave? Nope, neither legendary. Okay, but Seagate has to be legendary, right? It says, once a center for knowledge, Seagate now serves as a reminder of what was lost. So there were multiple of these Seagates and multiple ones that were lost and were reminders, and then with Seagate Reborn, we rebuilt multiple of them? Okay, moving on. Ugin must have a lot of sanctums out there and a lot of havens because you know what? They're not legendary. How about the island of Asuva, the home of shapeshifters? Not legendary either, okay. And neither is the island of Wak Wak. Apparently there's just a bunch of islands named Wak Wak. That doesn't seem like to be that common of a name, but I've been wrong before. Andu is one of the 7 continents of Zendikar, and Makindi is the great capital city there. And there's a throne of Makindi, but apparently there are just multiple different throne rooms and thrones there. Not sure what kind of governmental system is in place there. And same with Throne of the High City. I mean, it just looks like there's one, throne up there. I can't imagine that there's multiple. And you might know that Yavimaya is a forest region on Dominaria, but if I told you to go find the heart of it, you might get lost because there are apparently multiple of them. Usually when you say go to the heart of something, there's just one heart, but maybe it's like an octopus and has 3. Or how about Shatterskull, the Hammer Pass? That doesn't sound legendary enough to you? Or Turn Timber, Serpentine Wood? Or how about these various labyrinths of mazes? I can't imagine that there's multiple labyrinths of Scophos or mazes of Ith. And how about Maze's End? I mean, everyone knows that stitched into the fabric of Ravnica's vast metropolis, the maze is the legacy of an ancient guildmaster, and the dragon of Mizzet craves the advantages it could mean for his guild. I mean, the goal is obvious, discover the secret route and complete the maze. End of that maze, though, apparently not legendary. And staying on Ravnica, what about Pillar of the Perrons? I mean, written on the card itself, it says, built on the very ground where the 10 signed the guild pact. That seems like a very specific spot, and I highly doubt they signed multiple guild packs in multiple spots and had different pillars for each one. Or how about Drownyard Temple, where Jay says, this is it, all the crypt lists point here. Or wait, is it over at that other Drownyard Temple, where they also point? Or that one? Or how about Cabal's Stronghold? I mean, it's the actual seat of Belzenlock's power. The Stronghold serves as the gathering place for the Cabal. I mean, I hope they've got the right one plugged into their GPS when they're trying to find which stronghold they're supposed to go to. And finally, Cascading Cataracts. I mean, the power that flows here cannot be denied, but we can't deny that there might be multiple of these. Yes. And with that, the show is coming to a close, so it's my turn to hear from you. So in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts on this episode are, and as always, thanks again and have a good one.